All right, the new exotic class items are out, and along with that we have the brand new exotic mission Dual Destiny. Just like the title says, Dual Destiny, it's going to take 2 people to knock out this mission. So whether you find someone, whether you LFG it, no matter what, I do recommend getting them into a voice call. It's gonna be very hard via the chat, but you can make it work. If you really wanted to, you can make in-game chat work, but I definitely do recommend Discord. Get into a VC, you're gonna need it, but I'm here to help you and pretty much just tell you what you need to do to complete this mission. It's a little long, but it's actually super simple when you understand the mechanics. The very first puzzle room you're gonna come into involves seeing different symbols and shooting the correct symbols in order, usually from left to right. Later that'll change. So now there's gonna be a light and dark aligned player. That is completely based on the subclass you load into the mission with. So if you figure out what you want to run, light and dark is a little different. Usually dark does a little bit more, but not a ton more. So a light subclass, you'll have your light aligned throughout the whole mission. The dark subclass will be the same thing, dark aligned throughout the whole mission. If someone does run prismatic, you both can't run prismatic. It will just put that person in the opposite of what the other person is running. So in the very first room, your light aligned person will be on the bottom, and then your dark aligned person will be in the middle. What this is going to do is the person who is light aligned on the bottom is going to kill their mini boss, and they're going to go ahead and get these symbols down by collecting the motes that drop from the boss. They're going to have 2 of them. They're going to pop up on 2 little like podiums. From left to right, they're going to read it to the dark aligned person on top. Now, before you worry about doing callouts, make sure you both have the exact amount of motes collected. You'll see on the left hand side of your screen. The first room is 2, the second room is 3, the third room is 4. Once you have the motes collected, the person who has the glyphs to call out will call them out, and the other person, which in this case is the dark aligned person, will shoot them in the correct order from left to right. I don't know if that matters. I just did it from left to right just to make sure it worked. But as long as you shoot the correct ones, it should work. So once that is done in the first step, the first phase of this room, you'll go into the next room where you need 3 motes per person, and it's going to change. The light aligned player is going to go ahead and end up shooting the order, and the dark aligned player is going to go ahead and call those out. You're going to follow the same process. You're going to kill the mini bosses, collect the motes, stay alive, and once you both have those 3 motes, just like that, the light aligned player will go ahead and get ready to shoot them, and the dark aligned player will call out those symbols. Then you'll go into the final phase of this section, and it's going to swap one more time. It's going to be 4 motes that need to be collected. Light aligned players can go back to calling just like in the first instance, and then the dark aligned player will go ahead and shoot these symbols in this room, and once that room is complete, you're on to the next step. Next step following this is a pretty simple, like a little jumping puzzle. You kind of just walk through it, walk around. It's super simple, nothing really to explain here. You can kind of just watch and see where we go along. If you really need help finding the path, it's not a very difficult path. You kind of just follow the lights and you're good to go. Super simple. Now, at the end of this little jumping puzzle, it's probably one of the harder rooms that took a second to figure out. I don't know what to call it. We're calling it the Tormentor room. It's the first time you get a Tormentor. But you're kind of working on this sort of clock. When you look at it, there's going to be a bunch of cruxes hovering under a pyramid triangle thing, whatever you want to call it, one of the fleets. So there's going to be 9 cruxes. The way my fire team did it, we did it from 1 through 9. So we just had 1 being on the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the way it works is there'll be somebody who sees some not lit up, and then the other person who is completely different alignment will see another set not lit up. So that's how that works. You're gonna have to remember that for this entire thing. Light aligned and dark aligned is always gonna play a very big part in this mission. So what you're doing here is the light aligned person is gonna call out which 3 that are not lit up, and then the dark aligned player is gonna do the same thing and call out which 3 that are not lit up. Now, out of those 3, whatever numbers you did not call out are the ones that you have to shoot. For example, if the light aligned player says I have 1, 5, 7, and then the dark aligned player says I have 2, 3, and 6, you're gonna look for 4, 8, and 9. So you're going to shoot the 3 that were not called out between both of y'all. So 3 from the light aligned player, 3 from the dark aligned player will be called out. And then whoever kills the Tormentor, you got to remember this, whoever kills the Tormentor, finishes the kill, gets the buff to actually shoot those cruxes. So make sure whoever is in charge of shooting, it does not matter if they're dark aligned or light aligned, it's just whoever finishes the kill on the Tormentor is allowed to shoot those cruxes. So you have a little bit of time, I believe it's like 30 seconds, to figure out what numbers y'all have. You just have to remember it. Find the 3 that were not called out, and then you shoot those. Once you do it, it 3 different times and you move on through this room. It's very easy once you understand what needs to be done, but it's a very easy encounter. Once you beat this encounter, another simple thing, just a little quick, it's not even like a jumping puzzle, you're just progressing through the mission. Just kill all your ads, activate the plates. It's going to open up these little mannequins. They're going to shoot you across. So something super simple, nothing crazy. The final room though is kind of a lot. So the final encounter of mastery of balance is kind of insane, but it's really just a cultivation of everything that you've done from the beginning to the end. So you're just kind of incorporating all the mechanics you had from before. So as you're doing damage and you start clearing off sections of health from the 2 bosses that you end up fighting, it's going to be exactly the same thing. Somebody's going to have the ability to see the glyphs once they kill their mini boss, and then the other person's going to be able to shoot those cruxes with the glyphs to activate them in order. It's a little different on here. They're from top to bottom. Our fire team just did it from top to bottom and shot them in the order. Don't know if you need to follow that order, but that's what we did just to play it safe, kind of like how Destiny works. So shot those in order from top to bottom. That's going to activate different phases to do damage. Now the big one that comes up is the new essential clocks like we had in the Tormentor room. They are a little difficult, but once we finally figured it out and we understood what to do, it becomes very easy. You kind of need to be quick. I think you have about 10 seconds as these clocks are rotating through different patterns. It's 3 different patterns. The easiest way to explain this is the 2 people have their clocks, they're sitting at their clocks. One person needs to call out the 4 that they have lit up. Now what the other person is going to do is, as soon as they hear one that matches theirs, you have to shoot the one that is matching. That's the whole goal. Shoot the one that you both have that is exactly the same. So if you have 1, 2, 3, and 4 lit up, and then the other person has 1, 5, 7, and 8, you're gonna shoot 1, right? So one person calling out, the other person just listens and looks at their clock and looks for the exact same one. And as soon as they both know which one it is, they just call out shoot 1, and then you both on both sides, both guardians, light and dark aligned, shoot 1 at the same time. Boom, your first set is done. You only have to do it 3 times and do the same thing as it rotates into the next setup. Do that 3 times in a row and you're easy, good to go. You got to be kind of quick so be ready to do it. So reminder, have one person call out, have one person essentially reading it, getting ready to call out which one to shoot. You're listening for the exact same ones that you guys have. You can do it like a clock, or you can do it numbered, however you want to do it. Clock seems easier since hopefully everyone kind of knows how analog clock looks. So you can go from noon to noon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and do it that way. And that kind of helps with your eyes can just connect it and instantly shoot it and move on to the next room. After this, that's really it. Those are all the mechanics you really have to understand to beat this mission. Finish off the bosses and you come to the ending. Now there are essentially 2 endings you can choose. I don't know if it really matters. We got the exotic class item regardless, so you can choose love or hate. I wanted to fight my fire team member, so I went with that and straight up chose kill. You can choose peace, whatever you want. Regardless, I think most people chose peace. We chose kill because I wanted to kill him in game. So that's what I chose, and we still ended up with the exotic class item. So there you go. Really simple, super easy. Hopefully I explained it well. If there's any questions you guys have, please leave them in the description below. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Have a good one, y'all.